y'all, it's your girl Jazzy Jeff with the T. I'm with the T. I'm back with another one. So I'm going to be giving you guys a recap of BMF Season 3 premiere Episode 1. Oh, yeah. But before we get into that, if you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. For those of you who are already existing, don't forget to hit that bell button for new video uploads. Alright, y'all, are y'all ready to get into this recap with me? If y'all are, alright, let me know in the comment section below. Alright, y'all, let's get into this thing. Oh, in the words of Cardi B, oh, alright, y'all, let's get into it. Okay, so BMF Season 3, Episode 1, Detroit, Season 1, Episode, BMF Season 3, Episode 1 premiere, Detroit versus everybody. Okay, so in the season premiere, BMF Season 3, in the flashback, you guys can allegedly see Saint, who is played by DC Youngfly, allegedly trying to shoot and unalive Markeisha and Terry, because you guys remember back in season 2 when Markeisha worked at a bank. His word all started. Markeisha worked at a bank, and Terry would come in there and just flow with her and get to know her and stuff. But he started to notice weird behavior with her, and he later found out that she had allegedly been abused by her estranged husband, Boom, who is played by that guy. I forgot his name, Peyton something, but I seen him in a lot of shows. So, but anyway, back on topic. So he found out that she was allegedly being abused. Markeisha was. So when she was with him finding that out, he was looking for answers as to why he was doing that to her. So he was approached by Saint, who is played by DC Youngfly, and he warned them. He warned Terry to stay away from him and not to get in his way. But y'all know Terry, he didn't listen. So, which led to season 3. Back to what I was telling y'all, season 3. Y'all can see season 3 where Saint is allegedly trying to unalive Terry and Markeisha in their car, but instead of unaliving them, he allegedly wounded Markeisha instead, put her in the hospital, and the guys who were with Terry when it happened, they got a hold of Meech and told him everything that happened. And after that, Terry was able to speak to Meech, and that's when Meech told him you need to cool it. You need to cool it. Meech did say he was so sorry about Makisha getting hurt, but he was more concerned about Terry being okay, and just told him to cool it and don't do anything stupid. Because we all know when something happens, we all get mad at this stuff. And the last thing we want to happen is to Terry be unalived off this show. No. I don't know what I would do without Terry. No, y'all. I love me some Terry, y'all. I love me some Terry. Mm-hmm. Okay, what happened to Markeisha? Pretty much already just covered that. Well, but then was psych? No. Okay. So also in the episode, Goldie refers me to look for a guy named Ronnie Green, who is portrayed by Neo. So he goes to his club and they start working on business at the Platinum Palace Strip Club, where there are ultra premium dancers who entice NBA player money. Meech was introduced to Sterl, Trey Rogers, Diesel, Rip, and Sax, who is played by 2 Chainz, who was like an uncle to the slain Ty Washington. And so the group spotted Remy, the guy from last season who unalived Ty Washington in season 2. So when Meech saw him, Meech allegedly picks up a liquor bottle, and just pops it upside his head, just angry. And in that moment, I was like, yes, Meech, get him, get his butt, get him, because I was happy Meech did something about it. But I know that will not be the last of that will not be the last. Meech and Remy will see each other. So later in the episode, afterwards, Meech is partnered with the crew to flood the streets with this new coke with this alleged new coke connection, and vowed to help in the streets. However, Stax wasn't feeling Meech and parted ways. Okay, Red Dogs. So there is a scene in the episode premiere of season three, in the BMF season three premiere, episode one, where they're at Remy's. There's a scene in where they're at Remy's apartment, and he's like, "Oh, get the brown paper bags," and he's giving these children these brown paper bags. Now we all know it wasn't a McDonald's kids meal or a sandwich or bologna sandwich or something. It had to be alleged money or allegedly drugs. So, and that's when they were approached by the Red Dogs, which is an acronym for Run Every Run Every Drug Dealer Out of Georgia, and they also allegedly swooped in and attacked the Dope Boys, and without mercy. Yes, yes, they did, and it was hard to watch. And it's also a matter of time before Meech and his crew are on their radar as well. So yeah. In 1990, the city of Atlanta allegedly faced a double-edged sword. They bid to host the Olympics, which meant displacement for low-class residents, making a way for a new stadium and housing for competitors. Vengeance. Okay, this is the part where we talk about Lucille and Charles, but preferably Charles's infidelities, because Lucille didn't do nothing to him. Charles did something to her. Infidelities. Okay. Back in Detroit, Lucille is confronted Charles with finalizing their divorce, finalizing their divorce, and urging him to get out and find a new place. But Charles then tells um so Lucille, we can barely make rent that I can't afford. I can't afford to move out. So he then offers to sleep on the couch away from her. At first, he wanted to sleep in the same bed with her, but Lucille's looking like, no. How can I sleep with a man who allegedly cheated on me with my best friend? Yeah, she has a point. That's the face you was looking like. So, and then he says, "Oh, well, this is my house too." Well, okay, y'all keep that in mind later in this video. Okay. Meanwhile, a suspended detective Bryant spoke to with his son, who is in jail for allegedly murdering a bully. Detective Jen was livid by Bryant since she too was allegedly suspended for Bryant's actions of suppressing gun evidence and corruption. Bryant was still on the hunt for Meech and Terry, like he's always going to be. Jen was partnered with newbie detective Kobe Emerson, partnered with Morgan and Alexandria. They were tasked to interrogate Markeisha. Terry learned that Meech requested half of his alleged Terry learned that Meech requested half of his weight to be transported to Atlanta, so he granted it. Terry allegedly organized the crew to keep an eye out for the police and got a location on Markeisha. He wanted to pull the trigger. Stand down, stand down. Meach needed Stack to onboard since he had Ty's distribution network. However, being the ultimate businessman with an ear of friggin' music, he's in the studio. There's a scene in the episode where he's in the studio with Stacks and the other guy, and he's listening to this rapper spit bars and is doing so good and encourages his talent. And Beach is like, why are you hustling the streets? You don't need to be hustling if you sound this good, which I agree with. And Meech then learns that um, um, Terry allegedly wanted to kill Saint for Markeisha. But Meech allegedly aligned it so that Terry wasn't the triggerman because, if Terry were to pull the trigger, then allegedly pull the trigger, then he would have a big target on his back, potentially putting him in great, great danger. So Terry backed out and let his goons handle the business instead. When Meech's alleged drugs arrived, he'd offered Stacks a discount to get him back on board. Jen and Iverson allegedly interrogated Markeisha about her husband's goon who allegedly shot her. It rebutted it was the police's fault for leaking photos of her estranged husband, making her a target. Then she booted them. Meanwhile, Meech and Storal were allegedly ambushed at a drop. In a twist, their foes took them out and turned against Meech. They managed to retrieve the cash and flee, although one of the crew members were allegedly shot. And the crew member that was allegedly shot was the same guy Meech was giving praise to, the rapper who was rapping and spitting bars in the booth. He was the one that was shot. Um, to be more detailed, it was the guy who in the booth, he had like two braids, and if you it was the guy with the two braids, he was the one who was allegedly shot, and that was the same guy who was rapping in the booth, and that was the same one that Beach praised, which is messed up. But that was a message sent from Remy. That was a message sent from Remy not to mess with them. hmm Hold on, that was that was the wrong topic, the wrong heading. Oh my god. Okay, a brilliant idea. So with Terry trying to protect Markeisha from her estranged husband, Boom, he decides it's a good idea to just bring her to the house with his family, where his parents, Lawanda, and his children are at. Of course, Lawanda, she was not happy and confronted him about it. And that's when Markeisha stepped in and said, "Hey, I told you this was a good idea to bring me here," knowing that she was there with their with the kids. And I agree. Like, if I know I have, if I like, if you're, I would have just taken her somewhere else to avoid this type of conflict with the baby mama. hmm Meech sought to call a truce between all rivaling factions so they all could focus on making money. Yeah, what do y'all think about this so far? It's juicy, juicy, and it's crazy, crazy, crazy. Um, Get Out. Okay, so at the end of the episode, Meek and his crew have a standoff outside of a club. Remy pulls up with allegedly holding machine guns and tout and dropped one of their soldiers who was unalived. And the guy who was allegedly shot was the same guy who was rapping in the booth, who Meech praised, talking about giving him encouragement and asking him, "Why are you hustling? You, you don't have to. You shouldn't be hustling if you sound as good." So that was the one who was allegedly unalived at the end of the episode, and making that his warning. That was his warning. That was a warning from Remy Ransom to get out of ATL, or else it was going to get really bad for them. But we all know Meech. He ain't gonna stand down. He is not gonna stand down. And oh Lord, y'all, are y'all ready to see the next episode? Oh my goodness. Oof. I think I need a drink after this. It's like me talking about this recap with us. Like I'm watching a written version of this um episode. So yeah. Um oh crap, y'all. Hang on. Okay, yeah, with me reading that recap, what did y'all think about that whole thing I just read? And what did y'all think about the episode for those of you who watch it? Because I know that was pretty crazy. I know that was pretty crazy. Just super, super juicy. Like like sitting on the edge of my seat, juicy. Like, oh my goodness, stop it. I'm looking forward to the next episode. Um, this is one of my favorite shows. There's always twists and turns and, curveballs and the unexpected happening. But this does bring me to the end of my video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it today. Let me know what you guys thought about this in the comments below. And it's your girl Jessie Jess. I'll be back with more videos soon. And y'all, as that lovely intro from the BMF intro talking about too many ninjas fake, it's hard to tell snake. Yeah. But anyway, I'll be back with more videos. It's your girl Jessie Jess with a T. All right, y'all. Bye bye.